welcome to Realtor Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers here with my husband, David Williams. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. Good to see everybody back again this week, and it's Father's Day. I hope everybody out there is treating their dad today to a good meal, good present, good everything.
Right, you know, at one time they said that this was probably one of the top grill out days.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, mamas get to go be taken to a restaurant. Dads get to have grilled out for them.
Dad likes grilling out.
Yeah, you know, it sort of reminds you of the little advertisement that you hear about the customized fire pit and not being able to find the apron, you know. So, but, you know, everybody seems to be helpful on getting everything together for dads on their special day, their birthday.
That's a special day too.
I guess, yeah, you know, I hope they do take care of them on their birthday. Of course, you know, some of them don't get as much as others.
That's true. You know, even if maybe your dad's passed, or maybe your husband's just a dad to fur babies, or slinky babies like snakes or something. Mm-hmm. Think about them. Get them something.
Well, and you know,
because you love those things too.
Right, and it falls into it. You know, there's a lot of people that is a father character to somebody that may not be their biological child, but yet they're there for them. They help them.
That's right.
Them mentors at your churches, at your community centers, your daddy's buddy that maybe your dad's absent for some reason. All of them need a thanks for being there.
That's right. You never know whose life you touch. That's like being in the parking lot and hearing somebody holler my name and say, "Do you need a ride?" And I guess it's that adopted kid of ours. And
yeah, that's true.
He even got out and helped me get out of the Jeep.
Well, he needed to.
You don't want me falling out of the Jeep.
I don't want you to fall out of that Jeep either. But, you know, we've had, I don't know how many people that's worked for us that we've sort of adopted in as our family, so.
Or that we met coming through Wizards or the video store.
Right, because we've sure seen a lot of this community grow up.
We have. Now we're seeing their kids.
Mm-hmm, and some of their kids' kids, so we've been doing this a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing it longer than I have.
Not by much.
Well, not really, I guess.
But I'll tell you what, I guess we better say we want every dad to have him a happy Father's
Day. We do.
And maybe some of these movies is some that dads may really get into and likes. A couple high action. One of them's a sports movie, so most dads are into some kind of sports thing.
Yeah, we've got a couple of these top movies that we're going to review today that's came out in the last few months, and I've heard a little bit of grumbling. They must not have anything to make a movie about, that they've got to go to these product endorsement stories. But hey, the movie we're going to review today I found very entertaining. So
right. Well, I know the one they're talking about on how they develop Flamin' Hot Cheetos. That is something that's a little unusual.
Hey.
But hey, that little Chester Cheetah guy, he does well.
He does, and maybe that was just a really weird story.
Well, and maybe that somebody just has a passion for Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Christian does.
Yeah.
Our great nephew, he loves them suckers.
That's right. But let's take a look at these movies.
All righty. The first movie we're going to take a look at, the trailer today, is called The Mother.
Where's my baby? You wasted FBI time trying to cut a deal for yourself, and 7 agents were killed. This conversation now takes place on our terms. Adrienne Lavelle and Hector Alvarez are still out there. You and I both know the only way you protect that child is to disappear.
And if I don't?
They'll find you, both of you.
You just gonna vanish?
You put her with good people. Keep her safe. If there's trouble, you let me know.
You must have known I'd find her.
The secret's out.
What do they want?
Revenge. They're using her to get to me.
What's your plan?
She needs protection right now. Who are you? From here on, you do everything I say. You're driving.
I'm 12.
Let's go.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Not till you know how to survive. Everything it takes.
You're scaring me.
Every time I look at you, I'm scared.
Look at the mess you made. You're not getting away this time. You burned down our entire world for her.
Yes. I'm a killer. But I'm also a mother. And I will die protecting her.
That was the trailer for The Mother, rated R, brought to us by Netflix. It stars Jennifer Lopez, Lucy Paez, and Joseph Fiennes in her lead roles. And this movie, sorta in a roundabout way, reminded me of the movie with Jennifer Lawrence called Winter's Bone.
It did, you know. And when I first seen The Mother, I all of a sudden thought about the old Danzig song from several years ago. Yeah, you know, but needless to say.
You brought up dancing, and I remember he was David Adcock's, Dave Davis's like hero guy, and he went to the dancing show and he told him to shut up.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we won't push that in on Dave anymore. But this movie right here, you know, a pretty interesting little storyline.
It was, and it could have been, if it had been released, one of our Mother's Day picks. Because it really shows you the love of a mother for their child.
That's right, and what they'll put up with, and you know, I hear this from a lot of different people. You may do something to me, but don't do it to my family, or don't do it to my wife or my children. Then you've got a whole different villain to deal with.
That's right, and Jennifer Lopez was very reminiscent of her character out of Enough.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, Jennifer can play a kick and take names later personality.
Definitely can. And I think that this one here, everything just sort of fell together with the whole action plot of it, and the bonding there did very well together. And, you know, Netflix is doing movies straight to theater too, so just because you hear Netflix, don't think that it's necessarily an inexpensive movie.
No, that's true. You know, all the streaming channels like Amazon and Apple, not so much the theater ones like Paramount Plus and things, because they're going to do their theater movies. But those studios are beginning to go to limitedly to theater, and sometimes not so limitedly anymore.
Exactly. So, but, you know, I thought the conclusion of this was very well done.
I did too.
So we're not going to tell them what that was, or it'd give away the whole movie, so.
But there could be a sequel.
There could be.
I could see them taking this movie on down the road.
Yes, she might be like Liam Neeson in Taken almost.
She could
She
be.
had special skills.
You really did.
Yep.
Well, that was The Mother. The next movie we're going to take a look at is a good little family movie. And let's take a look at the trailer for Crater.
You were born here, raised here. This dome is the only world you've ever known.
There's a place just off past the Eastern Ridge.
Right there.
Dad, what are you talking about?
You'll see. Get out there. To the crater.
Whatever's out there, your dad wants you to see it.
We've never even been outside the dome before.
So what's it gonna be?
We're leaving tonight.
I hear she's weird.
Why?
She's from Earth.
So?
The peculiar.
You're peculiar.
All in favor? Let's go steal a rover.
The lockdown will commence.
Come
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know the best thing about road trips? You get to leave everything behind.
Here it is. Bottom of the ninth. The wind-up.
The sky on Earth, is it really blue?
Yeah.
The most important thing to remember.
This is a bad idea. Watch out!
It's not just about where you're going.
Meteor shower! Addison, run!
It's about how you get there. The people you get there with.
Caleb, what's in the crater?
I don't know. Guess we'll find out. You guys go first.
You're never quite the same as you were when you began.
These were the best 2 days of my life.
That was the trailer for Crater, rated PG from Disney. This stars Isaiah Russell Bailey and McKenna Grace. Now, just as I said, the mother reminded me of Winter's Bone. For some reason, when I watched the Crater, I thought, they're trying to do Stand By Me. I don't know why.
Yeah, but it's very reminiscent, just a whole different spot and a whole different set of
Right,
circumstances.
they're in the future, and
But it's the buddy movie.
it's the buddy movie.
You
And then
know.
they go on to tell you, well, years later, this, and this happened. And that's what they did in Stand By Me.
Yeah, and
Maybe Stephen King needs to get a split off of this story.
maybe
from
so,
Disney.
somebody may need to,
Give them a call and say,
That's
hey,
right.
Stephen, you need to check this
I
out.
think that they've just, cabbaged your thoughts. But this goes back to Disney does what they do best, We can entertain the family. We got enough in there that the adults like it, enough that these are more your 12, 13-year-old type audience. They need to be that at least to sort of watch this and enjoy it. If they're real little, they're not going to find it near as fun.
And of course, these were 4 or 5 kids that snuck off.
Right, and of course, the colony on the moon, and the one kid that's unusual because she came from Earth. She wasn't, born on the moon or whatever. So, but really enjoyed the Crater. I liked, I've got a soft spot for science fiction anymore.
Oh, I do too.
So,
I like my science fiction. As long as it don't get too gory, where it sort of crosses over into that
horror fiction.
and then I get a little queasy.
Yep. But now this next movie got a little queasy.
Oh, yes, it did. Well, and this is for a different reason, because this is not a horror movie. So let's take a look at the trailer for The Covenant.
John, you have tallies approaching.
You still don't remember a thing.
I don't remember any of it.
I only remember the interpreter. Why you want this job?
I need the money.
Don't disappoint and turn out to be a pain in the ass.
No, not me, sir.
Money isn't the reason he wants this job.
It's Alabama killed his son.
Stop the vehicle, Sergeant.
We don't want to go down this road.
You're out of your bounds, Ahmed. You're here to translate.
Actually, I'm here to interpret.
John, you have tallies approaching.
Well, I won't back down.
For 3 weeks, this family believed you were dead. We owe that man your life.
There wasn't enough for him to carry me across those mountains. Now he's hiding in a hole somewhere. I should be in that hole.
You could stand me up at the gates of hell.
Everything all right, John? No, everything's not all right. There is a hook in me. Ahmed and his family are in trouble.
We can't intervene.
gonna have to get him out myself.
Listen, you're gonna be alone.
There ain't no
You gotta adapt. Use what you got.
If you can give me the location, I can get him out of the country. It's too dangerous. You've become very popular with the Taliban.
I miss you. Love you, Daddy. Love you, Daddy.
You think if I could be free of this debt, I wouldn't be? You think I have a choice? There is no choice.
No, I won't back down.
That was a trailer for The Covenant, rated R, from MGM. This starred Jake Gyllenhaal and Dar Salim. This is loosely based on a true story. And this is, I think, a true buddy movie. Or they reluctantly become buddies.
Yeah, you know, of course, this is set up in Afghanistan, the desert conflict that we was in for 11 years, and about the people that were over there from that country and that nationality that did see we've got to have change in our own country and was willing to help the United States say, you know, if we help you, will you help us get back our country? And as we seen not too many years ago, the fiasco of when we left Afghanistan, and this sort of tells the story of a lot of them people that was left there.
It does, of the people who did work for the United States, as in this movie it was interpreters.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, about every unit over there had some kind of an interpreter with them. So, and of course then the Jake Gyllenhaal character's commitment back to this man saved him, so he felt it was his goal in life was to try to help him and help his family. And
that's right.
The dark side of what goes on is sort of showed in this film. And sometimes it takes somebody that's, you know, a lot of Jake Gyllenhaal movies are a little on the darker side.
They are.
So he does that well, and he brings out, you know, like in Nightcrawler and things, on the things that not everybody wants to talk about, but they're still going on.
That's true.
You know, but, you know, not exactly a war movie, just based around the conflicts of war.
Right, well, the war is the backdrop for the movie. I think the movie is actually the building of their friendship and the extent that Jake Gyllenhaal's character went to help this man and his family.
Right, and you know, it's been loosely touched on in several different movies. Even some of the Hallmark, the Signed, Sealed, and Delivered ones has got a little bit of that with the lady. So, and some of the, you know, and a lot of the people over there, they probably didn't know why they were fighting us either, or what was the fight was over. But take a look at it. You know, it's sort of after our Memorial Day, but we got a lot of people that it got affected over there.
That's true.
And now then the movie about probably the most notable shoe in the world.
That's right. Yeah, Dave, I think that is probably the most notable shoe. People know this name everywhere.
Right. From
across the world.
Little bitty to very mature adult.
You know, when I heard the name of this movie, I thought, what is this going to be about? When it was playing out to the theater, I thought, geez. But let's take a look at the trailer for Air.
1984 has been a tough year. Our sales are down, our growth is down.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
People don't know what a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it. This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
got it.
I found him.
Who's that? Jesus? Can't afford it.
I'm willing to bet my career on one guy. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
I don't like to take no for an answer.
Oh, man. Here we go.
You ask me what I do here. This is what I do. I find you players, and I feel it this time. Yeah, okay, it's risky. When you were selling sneakers out of the back of your Plymouth, that was risky. Don't change that now.
For a rookie?
Yes.
Who's never set foot on an NBA court.
That's the literal definition of rookie, yeah.
What's the plan?
We build a shoe line around just him. I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made.
Who's the player?
Michael Jordan.
Your motor is
You have our attention.
You show up at the house?
I believe in your son. I believe he's the future. And his story is gonna make us want to fly. But a shoe is just a shoe.
Until my son steps into it.
Got a name for it?
Air Jordan.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Maybe it'll grow on me.
That was a trailer from Air, rated R, from Warner Brothers. This stars Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Viola Davis, and Chris Tucker. And I usually don't give that many, but all these characters play such an important role in this movie. And it is about the Air Jordan, its concept, how Michael Jordan got to be the spokesperson. And to me, it was, of course, I'm a history buff. It was very interesting.
It was, and it was very interesting on how these companies do market research and go out and really evaluate who we're going to choose to pick this, to put our name on that, and will they do it, will they not do it, what all needs to be laid out. And it's almost a chess game situation.
It is, you know, this was the mid-'80s, and from my research, Nike's sports shoe line wasn't doing so well. And this was like grabbing at straws, or they was considering doing away with an athletic division, of this type. And so then they give the Matt Damon character the responsibility of selecting who was they going to attach to this shoe they had developed, which they knew it was Air technology.
Yeah.
You know.
And, it just seemed to, as Michael Jordan's name got more and more noted everywhere, the Air part of it just, because, they did all the commercials of.
Well, as I was saying, the trailer, I think it's maybe Matt Damon who said, or Ben Affleck, what are we going to name this shoe? Mm-hmm. And he says, Air Jordan. And a whole shoe line was born. Right, from just that the one personality endorsing it. But they didn't really believe they were going to get Michael Jordan to do this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they touch on this in the movie or not, but, I know they don't. Michael Jordan was very attached to Adidas and Converse in college when Nike approached him to do this endorsement. And they really didn't think they were going to get Michael. So they offered him $250,000. Adidas comes back with $250,000 plus a Mercedes. And Michael comes back with a secondary offer, and they took it. The rest is shoe and Michael Jordan. History. That's right. And to me, like you said, it was a very interesting historical docudrama. Mm-hmm. And of course, like when you was looking into it, even though you don't see Michael Jordan nowhere in the movie. Well, no, he is portrayed, he is in the. But I mean, him personally, himself
right,
is not in the movie.
Right. his character, but he personally helped them, endorse the screenplay, talk about some changes he'd like, because you researched all that and found that out.
He met with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck because they have a production company together now, and they helped produce this movie. And he gave his blessing for this movie under these conditions. And one was that they add his Olympic team's basketball coach as one of the characters, because he played an important part in him taking this endorsement with Nike. They cut somebody else out that they had planned to have in the movie because he said he didn't play any part in the deal. But the part that really touched my heart was the fact that he asked him, number one, he wanted Viola Davis to play his mother, so he must really respect her. And he wanted to lengthen the role that his parents had in this deal because they were so instrumental in him taking the deal with Nike. And I thought there's a kid's love for his parents.
Right, and from what we always heard is that Michael Jordan and his parents had a very special connection. And, since it's a very special day, Father's Day, we're glad that Michael has that connection, or had that connection.
Sadly, his dad got killed.
Yes, which was a very big tragedy in his whole life, and so I'm sure that every Father's Day he thinks about him in a different way.
I'm sure too.
But I guess we've about wrapped up, ain't we?
I guess we have. We can't say anything more about Air Jordan because we about told them everything, but they do need to watch it.
Yes.
It is a good movie. Well, that was our show for Father's Day, even though we didn't do all these Father's movies like we did for Mother's Day. We sort of cheated Dad. But we hope everybody have a great Father's Day and hope to see you back next week on Reels to Rentals.